Hey guys, how's it going? I have two more super duper fun stories that we need to read before summer reading is over. So today we are going to read a tale about Red Riding Hood. You know Miss Red Riding Hood, right? She was taking some muffins to her dear old granny who was feeling sick, and who was in the bed? The wolf. So this one, though, is a little bit different, right? Because we're doing a little twist on the fairy tales. This one is called, Honestly, Red Riding Hood Was Rotten. The story Little Red Riding Hood as told by the wolf. What do you think the wolf has to say about Red Riding Hood? Should be interesting. Let's take a peek. Chomp, chomp. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just finishing my lunch. My name's Wolf. Big Bad Wolf. You may have heard the story of Little Red Riding Hood about a girl and her granny. Seems everyone has my tale. My tale is different. Did I say tale? I mean tail, right? I think we've read this before, but let's look one more time. So here, tail, right? A wolf's tail, T-A-I-L. But when we're telling a fairy tale, it's T-A-L-E. It's a silly little twist. Once upon a time, I ran out of food completely. My cupboards were bare, the freezer too, and I'd eaten every last vegetable and fruit in the garden. Every one. Other wolves might lunched on little forest creatures, chipmunks, bunnies, squirrels, but I'm a vegetarian. That's right, I don't eat meat. Well, I try not to. I love apples. Honey crisp, pink, lady, golden, delicious, any kind, really. But sadly, it was a long time until apple harvest. I hadn't eaten in weeks. My stomach growled and howled, it moaned and it groaned, it even roared. Then my nose took over. Sniff, sniff, I took a whiff. What was it? A girl. Sniff, sniff, I took a whiff. What was it? Cake. Butter. In this forest? I had to investigate. And there she was, Little Red Riding Hood. She looked as plump and juicy as a big sweet apple. Yeah, I said. Aren't I pretty? She said. She was admiring herself in that puddle. With this cake, she said, I'm even prettier than usual. Boy, someone sure was full of herself. My stomach growled. Little Red twirled a strand of her hair. Mother says the cape looks grand with my skin. My skin shines like pearls. Or the meat of a ripe apple, I thought, licking my chops. Remember, I hadn't eaten in weeks. Time to chomp. But then Little Red said, I can't wait until Granny sees how pretty I am today. I'm bringing her cake and butter from my mother. My stomach howled. 2 meals, I thought. Granny for breakfast, Little Red for lunch, and cake and butter for dessert. Where does Granny live? I asked. Little Red pointed down there in the clearing. The brown house. I knew that house, and I had a plan. Let's play a game, I said. Little Red smiled. I'm awesome at games. I bet you are, I said. You take this path and I'll take that path, and let's see who arrives at Granny's first. I will, she said. I'm the prettiest and the fastest. I bet you are, I said. My stomach moaned. Before it groaned, I ran. No one knows the forest like I do. I chose the shorter path. Sniff, sniff. I took a whiff. What was that? Apple air freshener. Tap, tap. I knocked at the door. Who's there? Called out a voice. Your granddaughter, I squeaked. I brought you cake and butter from Mother. Door's open, Granny said. Granny tugged at her nightcap. Green, she said. Isn't it pretty? Pretty like a Granny Smith apple, I thought. Aren't I pretty? Granny said. You must have heard the saying, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Well, it's true. My stomach roared. What's that noise? Granny asked. Chomp, chomp. I had to eat her. She was no Macintosh apple, but not too bad. I still feel hungry. Tap, tap. Little Red knocked on the door. Who's there? I called, crawling into Granny's bed. Your granddaughter, Little Red, she said. I brought you cake and butter from Mother. Doors open, I said. Little Red walked in and caught a glimpse of herself in the mirror. Isn't my cake pretty, Granny? She said. Aren't I pretty? I clenched my teeth. Granny, Little Red said, what deep dark eyes you have. I said, the color of apple seeds. Granny, she said, what perfect ears you have. I said, shaped like sharp cut apple slices. Granny, she said, what pretty red lips you have. I said, like red delicious. Granny, she said, what lovely skin I have. Chomp, chomp. I ate her up. What can I say? Things look different when you're hungry. She was no Fuji or Crispin apple. In fact, to be honest, she was a bit rotten. But she was better than nothing. Plus, I got dessert. The end. Now that was pretty silly, huh? So when he means she was rotten, she tasted rotten, right? What I love about this story is it kind of goes with last week and how we talked about apples, right? We talked about, oh my gosh, do you guys remember the eating the apples part? The honey crisp apples, so good. Oh, the Macintosh, oh, so good. So, but that silly wolf still just ate her up. I tell ya, I've got one more, and it is called Goldilocks and the Three, not bears, dinosaurs. And this is by one of my most favorite authors, Mr. Mo Williams. Oh, he's so good, you guys. If you look up Mo Williams, he is also the one that did Piggy, right? Piggy and Elephant, so good. And he also did Nuffle Bunny. Oh, check him out. Check him out. Once upon a time, there were 3 dinosaurs. Papa Dinosaur, Mama Dinosaur, and some other dinosaur who happened to be visiting from Norway. One day, for no particular reason, the 3 dinosaurs made up their beds, positioned their chairs just so, and cooked 3 bowls of delicious chocolate pudding at varying temperatures. Oh boy, said Papa Dinosaur in his loud, booming voice. It's finally time to leave and go to the, someplace else. Yes, continued Mama Dinosaur. I sure hope no incident little succulent child happens to be by our unlocked home while we're, someplace else. Har, har, hosh, hosh, hosh. Then the other dinosaur made a loud noise that sounded like a big evil laugh, but was probably just a polite Norwegian expression. The 3 dinosaurs went someplace else and were definitely not hiding in the woods, waiting for an unsuspecting kid to come by. Sure enough, 5 minutes later, a poorly supervised little girl named Goldilocks came traipsing along. Just then the forest boomed with what could have been a dinosaur yelling, "Gotcha!" But I'm pretty sure it was just the wind. The loud noise was immediately followed by another loud noise that sounded kind of like, "Be patient, Papa Dinosaur. The trap is not yet sprung." But that could have been a rock falling or a squirrel. Look, it says 0.2 miles to trap. And then they crossed it out and it says, very nice house. And then it says, getting closer. Either way, Goldilocks was not the type of little girl who listened to anyone or anything. For example, Goldilocks never listened to warnings about dangers of barging into strange, enormous houses. It says, welcome. So as soon as Goldilocks came across a strange, enormous house, she barged right in. Inside, Goldilocks immediately smelled the 3 bowls of delicious chocolate pudding. Said Goldilocks, that chocolate pudding smells delicious. If only I could get all the way up to the top of the counter. Then Goldilocks noticed a very tall ladder that just happened to be there, and certainly wasn't left there on purpose. Goldilocks climbed up the ladder and found herself face to face with 3 gigantic bowls of chocolate pudding. The first bowl of chocolate pudding was too hot, but Goldilocks ate it anyways because, hey, it's chocolate pudding, right? The second bowl of chocolate pudding was too cold, but who cares about temperature when you got a big bowl of chocolate pudding? Not her. The third bowl of chocolate pudding was just right. But Goldilocks was in such a roll by now, she hardly noticed. Soon Goldilocks was stuffed like one of those delicious chocolate-filled girl bonbons, which, by the way, are totally not the favorite things in the whole world for hungry dinosaurs. Tired and groggy, Goldilocks noticed 3 chairs in the living room, so she climbed down the ladder and walked out of the kitchen. The first chair was too tall. The second chair was too tall, but the third chair was too tall. Goldilocks wasn't going to climb that high just to sit in some chair, so she hiked over to the bedroom. When she got there, Goldilocks noticed that the beds were so gigantically big. What is going on around here? Groaned an exhausted girl. The bears that live here must be nuts. Just then a room filled with loud booming noise that was either a passing truck or a dinosaur gloating. A few more minutes and she'll be asleep. Delicious chocolate-filled little girl bonbons are yummier when they're rested. Even a little girl who never listens to anyone or anything had to hear that. Goldilocks took a minute to stop and think, which was longer than she was used to stopping and thinking. Hey, she told herself, this isn't some bear's house. This is some dinosaur's house. Say what you will about Goldilocks, but she was no fool. As quickly as she could, she ran to the back door and got out of there. Just then a loud plane flew by, which sounded pretty much like a trio of dinosaurs yelling, now! Or charge! Or the Norwegian expression for Three bonbon time! Suddenly and completely coincidentally, the 3 dinosaurs rushed through the front door. But they were too late. Goldilocks was gone, and all that was left in the house were 3 disappointed dinosaurs. The end. And the moral of the story is, if you ever find yourself in the wrong place, wrong story, leave. And then as you can see, the 3 bears. So that was a funny one too. You know what I like about that one? Chocolate pudding, right? Did you see the pudding one on Tuesday that we did? So good. Maybe the bears should have made pistachio pudding, white chocolate pudding, and chocolate pudding. Oh, that would have been so good. I hope you guys like those 2 stories. Which one was your favorite? Let me know. Hi guys. Okay. I think it's about time that we make some fairy slime or ogre slime to go with our fairy tale stuff we've been doing. So I have a really good and simple recipe that will make really good slime. Clear glue. 6 ounces, 4 ounces. I'm kind of just going to make my own. Just got to kind of watch it as we go. Clear glue in my bowl. Then I'm going to add warm water. I'm going to add about probably 1/8 of warm water. Stir as you go. I find that to be very important. Then you're going to add some baking soda. And don't worry, I will add the recipe up in the comments so you have it. I'm going to just shake in. You're probably going to want anywhere from like 1/4 of a teaspoon to 1/2 of a teaspoon in there. So stir that up real good. And then you can do some food coloring if you want. I'm thinking I might just leave this one. We'll see. What do you guys think? We'll leave it. Then you're going to add the special ingredient, contact solution. Now with contact solution, you need to make sure that it has 2 special ingredients in it. And that is going to be your boric acid and your sodium carbonate, okay? So from there, you're going to want to do about a good tablespoon. Start out with like a teaspoon first and work your way up to a tablespoon, because this is where the magic happens. And you will see I am starting to get clumpy slime. Now, because this is yummy fairy slime, it's only appropriate, right, that we add some glitter. So I'm going to add glitter. If you have fun, you can add like big chunks of glitter. That would be super fun. You can add, I know you guys have seen all the glitter madness of gloriousness, but like the bubbles, the crunchy things. I'm just going to add my regular glitter to it, and I'm going to stir it up. I think I'm going to need maybe some more glue, actually. That clumped up pretty good and quickly. All right, so this would make our fun glitter glue. Or glitter slime. I'm gonna show you. I've already made up. Look at this one. This is I'm calling it my ogre slime. So this one, you guys see, I made it in green. It's really sticky. But you know what I thought would be fun? Ogre slime needs what? Eyeballs. So I thought it would be fun to put a few fun eyeballs, and I even have some glow in the dark ones in there too, so that would be fun when you're playing with it. And just mix it around in there. There, now I have eyeball slime. How cool is that? This is a really good slime. It's very stretchy. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this fun little craft. Again, I'll put this recipe up in the comments, and you can make glitter slime, unicorn slime, ogre slime, dragon slime. Oh, you could make like a couple different colors and like twist it all together to make fire-breathing dragon slime. Okay, you guys, let me see what slime you make.